This is Denniston, the west coast of New Zealand, in the South Island, and I'm going to show you a couple of contrasting things here. The first thing I'll be showing you is what was here. There was a thriving township here, Denniston it was called, about 100 years ago. But we're going to even look beyond that and contrast what was man-made, obviously going back hundreds of years, thousands of years. Because you look at these rocks and they are layered and they're all different sizes, and so much bush and soil has settled down on top. And it definitely was not like this 100 years ago. Now we're going to have a close-up look at things. And for instance, over here, this is on the other side. This looks very natural phenomenon. You can see here that was all here after, or prior to now, 100 years ago. A thriving township, and this is where they extracted so much good quality coal out of the earth. But if you have a look, if we have a look, you can see everything is layered. And you can see different layers looking very symmetrical, very uniform. And I know it's not convincing enough yet, but we're going to have a closer look. And I'll go back once more across the other side to what looks like natural phenomenon. And here is an overhang, and we're going to have a look below it to something a lot more uniform. And this rock here is a gigantic rock sitting on top of this that's been obviously removed. Is this natural phenomenon or is this man-made? Looks very uniform. This here looks like brick that's been melted on the base. But if it's still not convincing, we're going to take a wander and we're going to keep walking and see what we can come up with. Once again, on the other side, looks very uniform. You can see the layers, you can see the gaps, layer upon layer. Did this happen over millions and millions of years, or was this deliberately placed here thousands of years ago? And man's come along in the 19th century, discovered coal, and you can see a lot of stuff that's quite recent, 100 years old or even less, being built on top of what was already here. Because this could not, if this is man-made, this definitely could not have been made only 100 years ago, because of all the bush and the regeneration that's happened on top since. So we're gonna zoom up on things now, and we're gonna take the comb and really look into some details. Still not convinced? We're gonna keep walking. And here, more obvious, things are layered, things are uniform. We're going to keep walking. This here, red brick, this is probably anything from 40 years to 100 years old, obviously. Now, you see the layers, different layers. That there is definitely man-made. It goes right into the rock, and it's concrete. So I don't know how old that is. Perhaps it was only put there 100 years ago or less. But when you look at the bottom, now we're really getting onto stuff that's really important. Man-made. How long has it been there? What was it made for? To reinforce just the rocks that were already there. You can see all the stuff that's reasonably recent. There was a fantastic lifestyle here. You know, there was a school, there was a hospital, there was a bowling green, and people were very happy. It was a great lifestyle, a real close community. People that lived here wouldn't want to live anywhere else. It's such a close. The police station here, the police had there was no crime, and that's how good it was. But we're going back. Who built all this? It's all layered. And here you can see here this has been damaged, it's fallen down over the years. I don't think it's deliberate, but it's obvious that this is not natural phenomenon. And we're going to keep walking. You can see there was already a base work here, and we're walking along here, very uniform, very made. This looks very flinty among everything else you see. And then you can see stuff that's been built since. But have a look at all this, how one blends in with the other. Again, all the cliff faces look like it's too uniform to be natural, with the newer blending with the older. And we can see definitely man-made. That's right at the base of this. How did that get there? Just only 100 years ago. And this is all built into it. And this is red brick. And there's so much you could studying and research you can do on red brick. That comes from to the left, some sort of entranceway or outlet. More red brick. Someone stacked some there. Again, how did that? It may have been put there 100 years ago, but it certainly so much blends in what is already uniform. I can't climb in. I'm not going to climb in there, it's too narrow. But you can see it turns to the left there. More red brick. Base. There's a hollow there. And then more layered stuff that looks... Who put all this there? Natural phenomenon. You can see the different layers, very uniform, different size. And then we're walking along here. Do your research, look up red bricks, look up mud flood, look up Tartarian Empire, look up the flood, the Great Flood. Do your own research, but look, all that's on top. All that dirt's been there for how long I don't know. And there's been a lot of bad weather here lately, and a lot of parts of the road have been washed out. So there would be a pattern through history of all this and things being destroyed. But look at this. Natural phenomenon or a man-made wall? Natural phenomenon or man-made wall. And here's more recent stuff. So you have a blend of two things here. And I'm going to bring this to an end now, but this will give you something to think about. Look how flat that is. Looks like stuff has fallen away below it. By design or just by coincidence over millions and millions of so-called years. Anyway, I hope you got something out of this, and hopefully there's more to come. Cheers. from New Zealand.